guys, it's Missy and welcome back to Books and a Baby. So today's video is my top 5 favorite books that were published in the first half of 2022, and I'm so excited to share these 5 with you. So let's get started. So we are gonna go in no particular order because I love all of these books, but I'm just gonna start with number 5, which is One Night on the Island by Josie Silver. So this is a story about Chloe, who writes about love stories, and her editor of the dating column that she writes asked her to marry herself on a remote island to mark Cleo's 30th birthday. She's alone, but not lonely. She can handle a solo adventure. Cleo arrives at a luxury cabin to find a tall, dark, stubborn American who insists it's actually his. Mac refuses to leave, and Cleo won't budge either. With a storm fast approaching, they reluctantly hunker down together. It's just for one night, after all, right? So this story was everything I wanted it to be. I love the way that Josie Silver makes the characters feel so real and relatable. And I think that this book very much taught me that, you know, learning about who you are and being happy with who you are is very important. I think this was a book that when I read it, it was just what I needed to make me believe that even though things may not be going the way you thought they would have been, that you can still enjoy your life. And also that, you know, sometimes those things that make a change in your life or plans not going to plan is actually a good thing. Number 4 is The Club by Ellery Lord, and this is about a group called the Home Group, and it's a collection of celebrity members dotted across the globe from London to Lisbon to Malibu to Manhattan, where the rich and famous can party hard and then crash out in its 5-star suites, far from the prying eyes of fans and media. So this is a murder mystery set in the secretive world of exclusive celebrity clubs where the A-list members and the staff who serve them all have something to hide. As tempers fray and behaviors worsen, as things get more sinister by the hour and the body count piles up, some of Island Home's members begin to wish they'd never RSVP'd at all. So this is a story about revenge and mistrust in all the best ways. So I feel like we all dream of being rich and famous, but this is a great look at how what seems to be isn't always true. And when you're on an island with no way out, everyone will find secrets out about someone. I think this is the kind of story for people who really liked Gossip Girl and Pretty Little Liars as teens and young adults, but are looking for something that's more adult and messy. I thoroughly enjoyed this book, and I hope that everyone else who read it loves it too. Number 3 is This Might Hurt by Stephanie Roble, I think is how you say her name. I don't know for sure. So this is another book about like a private island, but on a private island off the coast of Maine, Wisewood's guests commit to 6-month stays. During this time, they're prohibited from contact with the rest of the world. No internet, no phones, no exceptions. But the rules are for a good reason, to keep guests focused on achieving true fearlessness so they can become their maximized selves. Natalie thinks it's a bad idea, but Kit has had enough of her sister's cynicism and voluntarily disappears off the grid. 6 months later, Natalie receives a menacing email from a Wisewood account threatening to reveal the secret she's been keeping from Kit. Panicked, Natalie hurries north to come clean to her sister and bring her home, but she is about to learn that Wisewood won't let either of them go without a fight. So this book had 2 of my biggest buzzwords when I saw it on NetGalley, and those are sisters and cult. When I read this book, I found like the sister dynamic to be so well fleshed out and messy and real that I just could not put it down. I loved how it explored the fact that as sisters you sometimes will lie or keep the truth from someone to try to protect them, even though sometimes maybe just telling the truth would have been the best thing in the beginning. The cultish aspects of the book were not as sinister as I thought they might be, but I think that if you like books like The 9 Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty or The Project by Courtney Summers, you should give this book a try. Then we have The Christie Affair by Nina DeGarmont in number 2, and this is a fictionalized account of what happened during the 11 infamous days that Agatha Christie went missing from the perspective of Mr. Christie's mistress. So I loved this book. It felt like such an homage to Agatha Christie's writing style, and I found that the characters were all so engaging, even though most of them were not morally good people. I think it's fun to see people's ideas of what could have happened while Christie was missing, and I will definitely be looking for more stories like this one. I think that if you're a fan of Christie's work or a fan of historical fiction or mystery genres, this would be a good book for you to pick up. And in our number 1 spot, we have The Maid by Nita Prose, and this is about our main character Molly Gray, who's not like everyone else. She struggles with social skills and misreads the intentions of others. Her gran used to interpret the world for her, codifying it into simple rules that Molly could live by. But Molly's orderly life is upended the day she enters the suite of an infamous and wealthy celebrity named Charles Black, only to find it in a state of disarray and Mr. Black himself dead in his bed. Before she knows what's happening, Molly's unusual demeanor has the police targeting her as their lead suspect. She quickly finds herself caught in a web of deception, one she has no idea how to untangle. Fortunately for Molly, friends she never knew she had unite with her in a search for clues to what really happened to Mr. Black. But will they be able to find the real killer before it's too late? I loved this book so much, and I felt like the author did such a good job of making us care for Molly, as well as giving us like visceral reactions to some of the characters who are taking advantage of Molly, because her grandmother dies at the beginning of the story, and you know, we really care for her in a way because she's not like everybody else. If you love locked room mysteries, I think you should pick this one up, because this was chef's kiss. I loved it. So those are my top 5 favorite books that were published in the first half of the year. Please let me know down in the comments what one of your favorite books from the first half of the year is, and if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you can see when I post new videos. It really does help my channel grow, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!